What's going on, everybody? My name is Marcus. Welcome back to another live stream. Going to be answering you guys' eBay questions or just talking anything reseller related that I can help you with. And if I don't know the answer, we'll look it up, try and figure it out together. So hopefully everybody's doing well tonight. Hopefully you came with your questions ready. We got a few people showed up already, man. This is pretty cool. What's going on, everybody? Diddy's number one. Welcome, welcome. Appreciate it. Hey, Linda, the super chat again. Uh, Thank you for the $5 donation. As she says, sorry to miss the live show, but you best believe I'll be watching later. Bless you all for supporting this fine young man. Thank you. I appreciate it. It means a lot. You guys don't have to donate stuff, but definitely does support the channel. Uh, Make sure you catch it on the replay later on. Hopefully, you'll get some value from it. What's up, Hillary? How you doing, my friend? Yes, Linda does rock. Linda's awesome. Hello, how you doing, my friend? All is well. Hopefully, the same with you. I just finished my listings like probably like an hour ago almost. I overslept this morning. I have two alarm clocks, guys. I have like a physical alarm clock that I have to get up out of bed to turn off on purpose so that way I'll be up and moving around. And then I set my alarm clock on my phone to go off in 10-minute intervals to wake me up. And I still slept through that thing till like 8:30 this morning. And so I woke up and got a late start to the day. So I got a late finish, but 6 o'clock is better than still doing my listings right now. So I was looking through my Instagram post earlier, and it said that it took me 5 hours and 57 minutes to do 50 listings, and now I'm doing 60 listings in like 5 hours. So it's not bad. I'm making progress, and I'm doing more work. So that was just a couple of months ago. Let's see. Bobby loves the thrift. Good evening from Northeast Ohio. How you doing? Tim, what's going on, man? I'll be there tomorrow, bro. Definitely be there tomorrow. Uh, I didn't go Monday because, as some of you know, last Monday it snowed in the Midwest or just kind of all over the place. And I got on the highway to go to the bins and I didn't make it. Drove a couple of exits, seen 18-wheeler crashed on the side of the road and another wreck on the opposite lane of traffic. So I was like, you know what? My little bitty car with severe need of new tires is not going to make it. So I went home and I listed items out of my closet. What's up, Scott? How you doing, bro? Hey, TJ, what's going on, bro? Little Miss Q, what's up? Nana's Treasures, hey, how you doing? Paul, flipping sports guy, my dude, how are you? Missed the last few lives. Glad to be back. Hey, man, you ain't missed much. It's the same thing over and over again. So just appreciate you coming and hanging out tonight. Chat is popping, ain't it? What's up, Jeff? How you doing, bro? Appreciate all you guys coming and hanging out. Definitely means a lot to me. Emily Lath, hey, how you doing? Appreciate you. Hey, when your body says you need to sleep, then it's time to sleep. Part of it's just my fault, man. I'll be up like watching TV late, and when I say late, I mean like 11 o'clock, 11:30. It's late to me. Uh, Sometimes I wake up. I wake up at 6, and then I'll snooze or I'll get up. You know what I mean? But I try to be up no later than 7, and I'm like up by 7:30. I'm working long enough to take a shower and make coffee. It takes me all day to do 20 listings. I need to learn your tricks. The bulk of it, honestly, is just selling similar off my own listings and picking up similar items. So when I got to switch from like a pair of ski pants to a polo shirt to a t-shirt, then to a pair of, cargo jeans or, whatever, cargo pants or something like that, just switching around like that causes a lot of variation. But having a lot of similar items in my store to just really all I got to do is change the size, and if there's a flaw, note that in the condition description. It kind of makes the process go a little bit faster. So if you can keep that in mind, it'll help you out a lot. Yeah, I missed you guys too, man. Was it all good on Monday? I've been watching Ray's videos, so I know there's still stuff to be had, but hopefully everything was good for you. I know you ain't been picking up a bunch of things this last few times that I've saw you. Teaching Al, what's going on? How you doing, bro? Cape Cod Resource. What's up, Dennis? How you doing, bro? My bench trip went well yesterday. We'll be there tomorrow. We'll be where tomorrow at the bins. That's what's up. Hopefully you find more good stuff. Can't really go wrong with the bins, man. Especially if you go on a daily basis and you're super consistent, man, you're bound to win and find bangers. Mojo Mama, what's going on? I wish I could go to the bins every day. Norma, how are you? Hey, all, nice to see you too. No, that sucks. Too bad, man. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll be your good luck, bro. How are sales going for everybody? It seems a bit on the slower side today. But yesterday I had my best day of the year so far. It's like almost $700. I'll take that. And it wasn't even on a whole bunch of items either. It was on like I think I shipped out 25 items today. So it's pretty decent, honestly. Um, the sales that I'm running a 50% off sale on anything that's like a year or older. Then anything from like 6 months to right at probably 10 months, I got on sale for 40%. And then anything from like 4 months up to 6 months, I got on sale for like 33%, and the rest of the stores on sale for 30%, anything that's older than 45 days. And then, as you guys know, my store is immediately on sale for 25%. So I think it's really helping the volume of sales. Some of the sales, the 50% off sales, don't end up being that much profit. And I mean, literally like 90 cents. Um, Profit on some items just because they're on sale for 55%, and then the coupon still gets applied to that for additional 25%. But at this point, those items need to go. You know what I mean? I need the space, I need the items to go, and selling the item gives my store velocity, which is good for two purposes, right? If you sell over 400 items in 90 days, you get judged on a 90-day time span when it comes to your metrics, your INADs, your not even just INADs, your shipping defects, any defects that your account gets, you'll be judged on a 90-day basis. Whereas if you sell 399 items in 3 months, you're going to be judged on a 12-month period. So you want to sell as many items as you can. Number two, on your INAD percentage, that percentage range goes based off how many items you sell. So, for instance, Tech and Sports, the guy's mentorship that I'm in, he sells 250 items a day. He can literally get 1,000 INADs in a 3 month period, and it won't change his defect rating from low to high. So it's crazy. You just gotta sell as many items as you can. He recommends to sell as many items as you can. That will take care of most of the defects you get. What's up, Ed? How you doing, broski? I envy those that live down the street from the bins. Man, it's tough, man. We don't have that blessing, but we just gotta do the best we can when we get there. Does your bins get crazy packed like mine? So yeah, our bins is kind of off the chain right when it opens up. Cause we don't do like you guys probably do where you guys rotate out bins. We open 2 times a day from 10 to 1 o'clock and then from 3 to 6 o'clock, and we just refill our bins just 2 times. And then the first 15-20 minutes of it's kind of crazy. Then after pretty much all the vintage kids and stuff like that get all their stuff and leave, then that just leaves a little bit more wiggle room for the rest of the people that are not there only for bangers, which I don't go for just vintage stuff. Trust me, I find a boatload of it, but I'm there for everything. I'm there for everyday items that you can find anywhere. And that's pretty much the bulk of what I sell is just basic stuff that isn't special at all. What's up, Nita? How you doing? Travis, what's going on, my guy? 719 Resells, what's up? From Southern California, huh? Well, what's up here from Southern Missouri, bro? That don't even sound good. I'd flip that. What's going on? Decent. Only two sales on Poshmark, total to $150. Not bad for not being as active as I'd like. Yeah, two sales, $150. It's $75 average sales price is not nothing to frown at. In here listening, working on a tumbler designed for my wife. Nice. What kind of tumbler? Like a Yeti tumbler, or a knockoff Yeti? Jared, what's up, man? How are sales, my friend? I ain't heard you talking a lot lately. That timeline for discounts is similar to what I've been going. Yeah. So, and everyone should have some type of aged inventory markdown sale or method to move older items. Case in point, man, the thrift store my brother works at, they still got the same stuff on the shelf for over a year or two now. And I'm like, what is the system here? And it's like, we don't have one. Like, y'all really need to get rid of this stuff because it's just taking up space and it's never gonna sell. Mojo Mama says, dumb question. There are no dumb questions. How do I get my photos from an Apple phone to Windows desktop or onto eBay quickly? It takes me forever to get my pics from my phone to my desktop and then finally on eBay. So there's a couple of methods. None of them are fast. The most easiest way without any pain in the butt transfer is going to be using your option to import from phone if you list on a computer. There's a button. Let me show you. Hang on, guys. Let me open the screen. So you can do this, and you don't even have to transfer your photos from your computer to your listing. What you can do is we go to a draft and just open one up. So you sorry guys. Okay. So you go to you see this button right here that says import from phone. You can use that option. You press that, and then you'll get a notification to your phone to upload the photos from there. If you don't want to use that option, you can do like Google Photos, have the Google Photos option on or an app on your phone, or either do it through like the cloud on like OneDrive or something like that. But the way I do it, since I don't have an Apple, I have an Android, but you could do like the USB cord straight from your phone to the computer. Um, you'd have to probably get like a dongle attachment or something like some type of adapter to transfer the files that way. But I know that the Google Photos method from iPhone or whatever like that, that takes quite some time to download all of them. But those are just a couple of options. You could do like the AirDrop too, though. I think that might be just a Mac thing though. But I would just probably, if I was you, I would just transfer the images from my phone. That'd probably be the easiest method without transferring or uploading. So, Marks, I pick up two cool shirts and an Ariat shirt for $5 each at Goodwill. Nice. Are they the Western like button up shirts, or are they like the everyday wear like T-shirts? Because I mean, still good finds, but definitely worth more if they got buttons on them. I have one open INAD and my sales have slowed way down. It's not because of the INAD. Well, it could be because of the INAD. How many items do you sell like in a month? Um, but it shouldn't be. I have eight INADs right now, and I'm not gonna. I don't want to jinx it, but my sales are up right now. And I have the most INADs I've ever had. How big is your store? I've got. Let's see here. 5,382 items. Junk Monkey, what's going on, man? How you doing? What city do you go to for the band? St. Louis, Missouri. I literally live across the street from Salvation Army. That's not the Benz though. But how is it there? Like the Salvation Army down the street, there's a Salvation Army around the corner from the Benz. They got okay stuff, but it's not fairly priced compared to the Benz. STL does complete refills. KC rotates sections throughout the day. Yeah, they don't do that. They close the bins down. They take all the bins to the back and they refill them. And I do air quotes because sometimes they don't refill the bin. They'll just consolidate one bin to another bin, and or either just put the bin back out in a different spot to where it looks like they give the illusion that it's refilled bin. But if you go to both sessions and you go through all the bins, you'll realize, hey, this is the same bin from earlier. It's just in a different spot. But yeah, for the most part, they refill everything, but they only do that twice. They'll open up with fresh inventory, close down and refill with fresh inventory and open back up, which I preferred if they did it the way that yours does, where they rotate out the bins. Because my experience in the bin stores where they do flip the bins out, yeah, it's crazy monotony, but I get better items versus the bins that I go to. What's there is what's there. So like you get high dollar items and you get like really low bottom of the barrel items, just because that's all that's there. And since I list so many, I kind of got to take what I can get. What's up, Siddle? How you doing, amigo? What percentage of your profits do you set aside for taxes? 25%. I got 7 sales over the weekend. That's pretty good, ain't it? It sounds like it. I know you're fairly new. That sounds pretty good. 20-ounce straight tumbler sublimation design. So I can get it made and she can show it off at work. She's a special education teacher. Yeah, get those sales brought in. Look what my husband made. He'll make you one too. I'm going to be moving old shoes soon. New knowledge means better pickups. I got 40 pairs yesterday for $400, $10 a pair, and I would make my money back with 4 to 6 pairs. Other 34 pairs is profit. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. And that's how it is for anybody. As you get to thrifting for a while, your knowledge, you get your brand Rolodex up. And then you don't need to look items up anymore. You just know, all right, this is a $30 bill. All right, that's 40, that's 50, this is 20, that's 5. Don't pick this up. Definitely pick that up. Goodwill thrifts are typically 3 or 4 week rotations where they pull by colors. I think they do that. It's the same way down where I'm at. I started a 30% off store wide sale with a 10% coupon, and my sales have been insane. Yeah, let's go. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's awesome. CB4CB, peace and blessings. Can we write off the taxes and fees eBay collected on our behalf from buyers? Um, that's a good question. I think the taxes and fees that eBay collects from the buyers it's included in our total price. So yes, you can because you write off the and like you can't it's not a separate like line itemized deduction, but it's going to come out of your eBay gross. All those numbers are included in your eBay gross. So when you go to do your taxes, you're going to include all the gross numbers and then deduct all your fees and finances and stuff like that from it, but you will not take a separate like line deduction for taxes and fees collected from eBay buyers. It's just going to be what eBay takes from you. That's if that makes sense. And I'm not a tax professional, so I just fill in the information that's included in my spreadsheet that I get from Cheryl Miller, Simplified Accountants. There's a link in the description if you guys need a spreadsheet. It is tax time, and you get one every year for the rest of your life or the rest of her life. No need to be morbid, but it just tells you all the things that you need to put in there, and that's not one of them because, as I said, it's all included together. But I would talk to a certified accountant uh, because I don't know anything, guys. Yep, you're welcome. If you use the app on your iPhone to create the draft, you can take pictures through the app and finish the draft on your computer. Yep, you can do that too. The two cools are flannel and has snaps. One has snaps, one has buttons. The area is a button up. Those are winners, especially the snap. Alexis, what's going on? Just to thank you. I've sold for 2 years, 80K last year, and you mentioned how important titles were for search SEO. Sales were down 2023. I swear they've doubled in the last 2 weeks since I optimized titles. The title is the biggest thing. If you don't title your item right, you're gonna lose versus compared to someone like me that's titling their item the way that a buyer would search for it, you're gonna lose in the search rank compared to someone that knows what they're doing. So glad to help. Glad to hear that it's actually working for you. Norma says she's planning her first visit to the bins. The question is, may I go for the new bins coming out or wait until the usual buyers get done? So the thing is, I don't know how much of a fight you're willing to put up to get to the new bins. Me personally, I ain't got time for all that. So I don't go to the new bins when they come out because there's literally like a feeding frenzy. It's like, a litter of puppies all trying to get to the mother to drink milk, and there's the runt on the outskirts trying to just get their way in, and that's what I feel like whenever I'm trying to like squeeze my way in there, and I don't really have the patience for all that, so I just let them do their thing and go through afterwards and then just find the good stuff that they just skim over, because those guys that are looking for those vintage tees, they don't really even look thoroughly. They'll literally walk up to the bin, pick a handful of clothes up and sit it aside and look down and then move. I don't know what type of searching method that is, but that's not good. It doesn't work. So I just practice patience and just find the things that they don't even bother to look for. Salvation Army here has some crazy prices on stuff. I think that's kind of everywhere. I'm driving a car from Memphis to Minnesota next week. I should be swinging to St. Louis Wednesday afternoon or Thursday morning. Do you plan on going to the bins on one of those days? We can meet. I'm probably, I don't know, next week. hopefully I can get back to going on Monday next week. But if I go on Wednesday, yeah, we can meet. I definitely won't go on Thursday though. What's up, Dana? How you doing? When they announce bin swap, I pay real fast to run to my car, drop the items off, then head back in before the new bins is open. Why don't you just keep all your items and not go out to your car? I don't sell nearly as much volume as you do. Ads and returns affect my store quicker. I sell over 100 items a month. Yeah, you need to get that up to 400 in 90 days and it'll make a drastic difference. I can only shop at the Salvation Army on 50% off days, way overpriced. Yeah, I thought so. I have a question. I picked up a pair of Coleman fleece lined carpenter pants, but they have stains on them. Will they still sell? Yeah, they'll definitely still sell. I sold a pair of Coleman pants, fleece lined, with a gigantic hole in the knee, and they were stained, and they still sold. I see young girls at the bins making good money selling Y2K clothing. Well, I got news for you. Grown men, almost 40, make good money at the bins selling Y2K clothing. Link to Simplified Accounting. Yep, there you go. Thank you for all your help and insight. No problem. Bins like piranhas after a drop of blood. I love it, definitely. That's a pretty accurate description there, Sido. What's up, Jamila? How you doing? I only step up to new bins if there is a fairly easy spot to get to. If there is a feeding frenzy, I hang back. Like so, it also depends on how competitive the bins are. So like my bins, if they were to bring out a new row, because so there's been times that I've showed up and they don't have all the bins out at opening time. So they'll bring them out while we're in there. And I've been able to get into new bins that way. Um, but I went to other states and other cities like Houston and stuff like that, and like I could get in there, but the energy that it would take for me to like wrestle and fight the other people would take away from the energy I would have to, need to focus on what items I'm trying to grab. And when I went to Nashville, it was crazy. Like those people down there, like I feel like that's probably the toughest bands I've ever been to as far as competition wise. Um, but I got a really, really decent amount of good stuff there too. But I was also being really, really selective as well since I traveled that far away for it. Jared said, while they're going through the new bins, I'm going through the old bins all the way to the bottom, usually by myself while they're over there fighting for stuff, and I just pick up what they miss. That's my exact method. That's verbatim what I would do. I would let them go over there, do their thing, go crazy for a few seconds, and then I'd go to that bin afterwards, and then I would find like all the basic stuff that people just tend to look over. Like there's a lot of brands that are good that people don't know about, like Cool, Spider, basic North Face stuff. I just sold a North Face jacket last night for $75 that I found in the bins after 2 hours. North Face kilowatt puffer jacket that somebody just looked over because I don't know. I guess they don't want to buy big bulky stuff or they think it might weigh too much. But I paid like $2.50 for that jacket, in all reality, because it weighed like 3 pounds and sold it for $75, shipped it for $9 today. So it's, I don't know. I just like to go for what I know and let the people go for the vintage tees and stuff like that. And then I check their throwback pile because they're going to throw back something that I guarantee can sell. And they just, I guess they want it to be in super pristine, crispy condition. And I sell stuff with stains, rips, tears, holes all the time. So I'm not above all that. I'm over 50 and I make good money selling Y2K clothes. I find it to be in. See, yeah, exactly. It's not only the teenage or young people that are selling that stuff. What's up, Rachel Strickland? How you doing, buddy? My band's only charges 79% cents a pound for over 20 pounds. Problem is, most days it takes all day to get 20 pounds. Y'all get 20 pounds in 5 minutes, 10 minutes at my bands. Uh, that's still a crazy price though, 79 cents over 20 pounds. They probably think that $75 is small change compared to what they want to actually get. They probably do have like a high average sales price goal that they're going for, but $75 to me is a banger. Um, I'm happy. I'm happy anytime I make over $50 off a Ben's item. Definitely, especially because like my average sales price is $22 right now or something like that. So I pay like $1.30 per item to turn it into 20 bucks. Like I'm fine with that. So 75 bucks is a straight win. I have a question. I picked up a pair of Coleman fleece. Yeah, you already asked. You already answered that, or you already asked that. Do you take your photos in the morning or evening? Also, what type of light do you use to take photos? Man, I'm super basic. I use these little daylight bulbs right here. It's like 5,000 Kelvin, and I take my photos first thing in the morning. Um, Usually, I'm done taking photos by like 10 o'clock in the morning. It just depends. Like this morning, I slept in late, so I didn't get done with my photos until like 1 o'clock because I woke up and I went straight to go to my storage unit to ship, which normally is not the first thing I do. Normally, the first thing I do is wake up and take my photos because I'm already here at the house. My stuff's already laid out. And then I'll go pack and then I'll come back and I'll list. My bins in Fort Worth, there's a group of college kids. They line up on one on each side of the new road, then grab every shoe they can when they say go. So I just sit back and let them go, then come behind them. Yeah, that's how they do it in Houston too. They just grab anything with a rubber band on it, even if it's not a good pair of shoes, and then they'll like look through them all and then they'll throw back what they don't want. The shoe section in my bins is ridiculous too. It's like off the chain. A lot of people are shipping shoes overseas to like, or they're shipping them to Mexico or they're shipping them over to Bosnia. Uh, so it's a lot of competition in the shoe section. I've come to know a lot of the vintage kids, and they know what I'm looking for. Literally, hand me Patagonia because it's not what they're looking for. I get people that hand me stuff all the time too. We got a lot of vintage kids in my bins. They're looking for real selective stuff too. They're like looking for a certain kind of thing. So like I don't know. I've got like vintage sports stuff like that. They're just passing right over for some reason. I don't know exactly. I think they're just looking for like concert tees and like band tees and things like that. But I find like all types of vintage, especially like sports crew neck sweatshirts and just plain basic solid like Russell athletic vintage sweatshirts uh, all the time. Appreciate all your hard work. I just appreciate you guys watching and getting value. What is your average sales daily? I really like your videos, very helpful. So right now I'm like around like 30 sales a day. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more. Like sometimes it's 35, sometimes it's 25. Just trying to keep the volume of sales coming in. Like today it's a little bit lower. Right now I'm only at, let's see, I'm only at 17 sales for the day so far. So it's pretty slow today. Uh, That's what my bins is 79 cents for anything over 20 pounds. I usually average 60 pounds. Yeah, I'm getting like 100 pounds every trip. And I go two trips in a day. Actually, I think I might be higher than that. Let's see here. We got some receipts. This one is 95 pounds, 57 pounds, 86 pounds, 103 pounds, 110, 111. So yeah, I'm usually at 100 pounds each trip. Let's see here. Madra, what's going on? How are you? Where's Grayson at? Hope you guys are doing well. Kristen, what's going on? How you doing, buddy? Anyone have any recommendation of guy first car to buy for business in the Northeast? Yeah, that's my question, bro. And I live in the Midwest. What's up, Patrick? How you doing, bro? Appreciate you. Wish we had a Benz. Where do you live at? What city do you live in? There's got to be one near you. Have you like looked on the Goodwill Benz locator, like in Google? There's got to be one near you. I drive 2 hours away from mine, so I wish we had one in my city too. But it's worth it, in my opinion, to be able to get all my inventory in one day for the whole week, so I don't have to stop what I'm doing to go source. That I enjoyed sourcing a lot more when I first got started because it was like cool, like treasure hunt. I could just go list my 5 items and then go spend the rest of the day thrifting. But when you're selling or when you're listing 300 a week, you don't have time to go do that every day. I mean, I guess I could, but I literally have no time for anything else because my city's very small and we don't have many options. Madra can tell you we don't got a lot of stuff as far as thrift store options in the city of Cape Girardeau, Jackson area. You don't have to call me sir. My parents were married. You're a fool, Rob. Yeah, they pass over a lot of good vintage. I agree. They are definitely looking for the concert tees. I still have to go to the bins. I have one 20 minutes away from me. I mainly thrift. See, you're missing out, bro. You're missing out on some good merch. You could, in my opinion, I find the same type of stuff at the bins that I get at the thrift store just for way cheaper. Uh, that's just my experience. What's up, Tiffany? I listed some Canada pants today from the Canadian Olympic team. Made me think of you. I had great sales over the weekend, but one sale yesterday and one today so far. What was the one sale for? Like $5,000? When we close on this house, I won't be 30 minutes from the bins, but I'm gaining a huge shop, so I have plenty of room for inventory. So I'll be able to source more to stock up when I go out. That's really great, honestly, to have a lot of space to store inventory. I was talking to Nikki about it, and she's saying that she wanted to get like an 18 wheeler truck from the Goodwill bins and rent like one of these storage units. That's where my storage units are. They have $100 for a storage unit that's big enough to park an RV in, and she'll just have enough inventory to list for a really long time. I don't have storage space for all that, and I don't have the time to be trying to sort through a 18 wheeler of junk. Eventually, I'll do it though. I gotta have hired help. Let's see. Patrick says sales have been very slow lately, and I list 15 a day. What's your store size? And which he said, yeah, you're right. I have to check it out. I mean, if you've never been, you don't know what you're missing. All you gotta do is just go there and try it out. If you live 20 minutes away, you can go to the bins, cherry pick for an hour or two, and find 15 bangers. I'm sure, and you'll pay like $1 a piece. It's so worth it, bro. For real. I love the bins in my area. I usually get about 160 items for 120 bucks. Yeah, Patrick, you ain't doing that at the thrift, buddy. I'm just saying. I still go to the thrifts, but only for home run hard goods. 98% of my clothing items come from the bins. Definitely. I don't see the point of going to the thrift to buy clothing because you can go to the bins to buy clothing. Nice. I would have to check them out. They're a women's medium. I don't know what size you wear, but for some reason I feel like you're a tall woman. I'm 5 minutes away from the bins and I plan to scale enough to where I can quit my full time job. Dude, this is my advice for anyone that's trying to go full time with this. Make sure you either you have like a 2 week draft bank minimum to where you never miss a day of listing and you have enough money to pay your bills. They say 6 months is obviously the smartest, but I want to at least minimum because I know people are going to be impatient and do what I did and quit too soon. Make sure you at least have 3 months of savings to pay all your bills for because I'm telling you guys, if you quit before you're ready, man, you're going to struggle. I struggled so much when I quit my full time job. Uh, it was only a part time job, and I was only getting paid $80 a week or $80 every two checks at that job. And I quit, you know what I mean? Instead of going to look for a better job, I was just like, I'm gonna just eBay it up, you know what I mean? And like I struggled really, really hard for like the first 6, 7 months. And I didn't even really start making money until like the beginning of last year. So like I've really only been like fairly profitable since January of last year. I've been doing this for 2 years. So just be mindful of how much money you need to survive, how much money you need to pay all your bills and have extra money, and then calculate up your totals and see how close you are to that figure. And if you're not there yet, I would not quit your job. What watt daylight bulb do you use? I don't know. It's 5,000 Kelvin. I don't freaking know. It says, man, I don't know, 120 volts. I can't see in the dark, honestly. 5,000 Kelvin, 1,000 lumens. whatever that equals up to. Let's see. Got to bounce, bro. Catch you next time. All right, Scott. Thanks for hanging out, bro. Mad respect for your hustle. It's kind of because I have to. You know what I mean? This is how I pay my bills. And if I don't make a decent amount of sales, then I'm just not going to be able to pay my bills, and I'm going to struggle. Did I hear there's a Benz in Paducah? I don't think there's ones in Paducah. Actually, it might be Paducah where it's at, but I don't think so. That's really, really close to me, and I think I would go there if it was. But I think there's one in like Louisville or like right outside Louisville or somewhere around there. Because I know there's a guy named Landon that's in the Reseller Nirvana mentorship, and he lives. I can't remember exactly what part of Kentucky he stays in, but he drives like 2 hours away to get to the Benz, wherever it's at in Kentucky. Kristen, there's one in Medford, Oregon. The other day at the Benz, they brought a bin full of jeans. This young was the first to get to it and grab everything he could get in between his arms, a whole bunch. I bet after 5 minutes, he started throwing back the Ariat Judy blue frame, even Versace jeans. I was not sure what he was looking for. I picked up most of what he threw back. That's the best, honestly. When someone's throwing back all good pairs of jeans, and you're just like, what are they doing this for? Like I went to the Benz one day. It's in a video where I met Roy from Avery's Avery's All In reseller YouTube channel. I met him and his wife, and I found like 20 pairs of Ariat jeans there. Now, granted, they were all stained, but I sold all of them for like $25, which is not bad for a stained pair of jeans. Some of them didn't even have a button on them. But yeah, Ariat Judy blue frame I've only found once. Versace I'd probably pass on just because it's probably fake. Uh, but yeah, it's still ridiculous to find out what people throw back. Module says Benz is 100% way to go. You can't beat an average of $1 per item. Buy low, yep. My store currently has 2,800 items. Seems as if eBay throttles the traffic. I was having a great week a couple of weeks ago. So you got 28. You list 15 a day. How many do you sell? He says, yep, you're right. My average cost of goods is $3. That's still not that bad, though, honestly. $3, mainly men's clothing. 5,000 candle, maybe. 5,000 Kelvin is the temperature. Literally says something like that on there. 1,000 lumens. I don't know, man. 13.5 watts is what it is. 1,000 lumens. It says 5,000 Kelvin LED lamp. I quit my job. I quit my full-time job last November. I'm more than happy working at home. I am too. What's up, Mike? How you doing? All is well. Hope the same for you and your wife and your kid. Haha, that's where I go in Medford. I've got that Oregon Benz location on my radar. Yeah, I need to get up to Oregon. I got buddy Bo Johnson that stays up there in that area. Do you still upload the same amount of photos since eBay upped it to 24? I still do the same unless it's like flawed or it's got something really cool on it or a couple of extra items or things that I feel is necessary to show the buyer on the item. Then I'll take more. But it's usually I still have not. Actually, I think I've only used 24 photos once since they uploaded it to 24, and that was just to take pictures of all the stains on the item. eBay has been having major server problems and buggy updates. Maybe a little more time before things even out. Yeah, and all that affects the bottom line for how much people can sell. I went from selling 10 a day at an average sales price of $30, went down to about 5 or 6 a day. Weird. How long has it been like this? Because I'll show you guys my sales chart. It's all over the place. I don't know if you guys can see these sales charts when I put them on the thumbnail, but as you can see, it's clearly up more from at the beginning of, what is this? What day is this? January 8th. It was 440, 390, 435, down to a low day of 277. Then it goes up for a couple of days, then low for a couple of days, then really high for 577, then back down to about 4. And then after this bad day right here, January 24th, which was $221, it started going up, and then the average day is like low 500s to like as high as yesterday was $670. With 621. Then we got 457, 488, 524. We got a 600, another 600, 577, another 600. So it's been kind of going up for me, except for today. We're sitting at 331 right now. Let me send these offers. And then so like the later it gets in the day, the higher the offers I send. So normally I'm sending 25% off offers. But right now, since it's after 5 o'clock, I'll send 30% off offers. And then at 9 o'clock, if the sales are still really bad, then I'll start sending 33% off offers. But that's just my method to try to get rid of stuff because I can get thousands of pieces a month. There's no need for me to hold on to anything, especially if I'm profitable on it. Flipping Junior's got 2 bins locations within 30 minutes. Yeah, man, you want to trade spots? I'm down. Kelvin is also used for light bulbs, and for those wondering, the light bulb Marcus just rattled off is the equivalent of a 75-watt daylight bulb. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, that seems about right. I didn't know that about bulbs. Neither did I. I literally didn't know any of this until like a couple of weeks ago when a guy in the reseller Nirvana mentorship was helping me adjust my camera settings to, because like I would take pictures of like blues or like reds, and either like the red would get washed out, or it'd be like totally like, you know how like on a movie when you see like someone's tail lights and it's got like this glow around it, like this aura or whatever. That's how my pictures were looking because it was like oversaturated, and I couldn't figure out how to get the picture to look more accurate. Or blues wouldn't be blue; it would be blue, but then it would look like dark blue, or like it would be royal blue, and then it looked navy blue. And I got the temperature settings as Hillary just said right here, kind of like leveled out in the isolation or the ISO, whatever it's called on the phone settings. I got that all figured out, and now my pictures look a little better. Let's see. Yeah, I thought LED bulbs were cool, not hot as the surface of the sun. I think that's they have cool bulbs, and they have daylight bulbs, which I don't like the cool bulbs because it's kind of yellow, and it that reflects onto the clothing when I'm trying to take pictures of it. How much does having a YouTube channel affect your sales? None at all whatsoever. I sell like something to a viewer every now and then. I sold something to a viewer like last week, and then I sold something to a viewer like 2 weeks before that. But other than that, I haven't made sales to viewers. I didn't get into YouTube to start making sales off viewers. If anything, YouTube hurts my sales because people go to my store to like see what I'm doing or like how I list stuff or like what I'm listing, and they don't buy anything. So it makes the bounce rate of my listings go up, which tells eBay there's something wrong with the listing because people are looking at it, they're not buying it. So if anything, having a YouTube channel hurts my sales. Cheryl, what's going on? Doing three L's: listing, listening, and lurking. Hey, let's get it. I got 3 or 4 bins within an hour and a half. Yeah, you're winning. Hey, teaching Al with the $5 super chat, man. I appreciate that, brother. No comment, just drop the donation. I appreciate the support, man. That's really not necessary, guys, but I love it. Definitely will take it, thankfully. Ed says every time I took pictures of blue items, it made the background like beige and made the light blue stuff look dark blue. Yeah, that was exactly my issue. But the guy helped me set the camera settings in my pro mode on your on your phone camera. Everybody can do it, but it definitely helps make the color look more legit because I started getting returns on like doesn't match description or photos, and those you get enough of those, man. You're like, I got to do something because these ads are like not helping whatsoever. Uh, Tiffany says that's how black and dark blue clothing is for me. I need photography class. Yeah, and that happens to me too. Like it'll be dark blue and then it'll look black when I go back to like look at the photos to list the item. And I'm like, well, is this blue versus black? And I literally had a guy say, I'm so disappointed. These were not black, they were navy blue. I was like, look, man, here's $10 back on your purchase. I'm sorry, but that's why you just got to be careful, man. Try to relay as accurate of images as possible. I know that Tech and Sports recommends using a actual like digital camera on your listings to take your photos with. So I'm probably going to try that at some point. But the camera that he recommends using went from like $100 to like $400, and it was just cheaper to buy a new phone. This is a Galaxy 8. It's not even a like, what was it, a 10? I think it's a 10. Uh, I really don't know, but it's a Galaxy phone and it has a decent camera on it. So that was cheaper than buying a digital camera. What's going on, Jessica? How you doing? Better late than never, my friend. The lower the Kelvin numbers, the yellow the color of the lights gets, whereas the higher the Kelvin, the light gets wider and brighter. Yep. Let's see here. That's good to know. Yep. Josh, what's going on, my brother in Christ? Sales were kind of meh. I'm only sitting at like $330 for the day. That's 17 items sold right now, which is lower than average. But I've got faith, brother. I shall prevail. How's the family? How's business? Josh is my brother. We go to the same church together, man. Uh, so anybody got any questions, man? We got about 15 minutes, depending on how things go, man. We might go a little bit longer. Hey, there's my twin brother. What's going on, broski? How you doing? That guy stole my face, guys. So if you ever see him, make sure you get it back. I need that. Um, yeah. Well, as I was saying though, man. With Patrick and the amount of items that he has at 2,800 listings, selling about 10 a day. And he's listing 15 a day. That's a good place to be at. You're selling more than half of what you list. So that means you're making enough money to invest more in more inventory, put some up for taxes, and save some at the same time. So that's not really a bad place to be at, Patrick. Don't get discouraged on the temporary slope in sales because things will continue to be all weird for a little while. We got a couple years of probably a recession ahead of us. There's going to be no stableness in the foreseeable future. So you kind of just got to take what you can get, which is why I'm just kind of taking whatever sales come my way. Uh, like I said, I'm not really trying to hold on to anything. I've got a big enough store to where I can make sales every day. I just want to make as many sales a day as I can. I'm not really trying to hang on to any items. What's the purpose of me hanging on to an item when I have literally thousands of items for sale? Why hang on to something that someone's trying to buy? Makes no sense. Someone's literally at your cash register with cash in hand, like, I want to buy this, and you're like, nah, it's cool. I don't want to sell anything today. It's not a good method. I know your mom does the cleaning, but do you have a recipe for OxyClean for soaking out stains? No, I don't. There's a lady that has a recipe for OxyClean in his daily refinement mentorship, but I don't have it offhand. I can get it for you and let you know. It's just pretty much like peroxide and baking soda, I think, is what she uses. I don't know the ratio though. Let's see. Jeff says halfway to resell Nirvana. Who you are? That's what's up, man. Congratulations. Uh, Mike's messy room says if I list something padded flat rate and send it regular priority, can I get a ding on my account? No. The only way it's going to hurt you is say you list something priority, right? But then you realize when you're getting ready to go ship it that it can go first class. If you change the shipping method from first class or from priority to first class, you're going to get a ding. If you change the shipping method from first class to priority, you're safe. If you sell an item with an expedited shipping, like priority or like flat rate or like something express, or even if you send an item priority, but then you end up shipping it through UPS ground, that's not good. Anything that's going to get the package to the buyer later than the estimated time of arrival is going to hurt your account. Anything that gets it there before then is going to make your metrics go up because it shows that you provided exemplary shipping time and your buyer is going to be more happy. But you don't want to do anything that's going to make your package get there later than the time that they paid for it to arrive in. So padded flat rate to priority is the same. It's the same thing. It's just cheaper.
Let's see. And sometimes, man, here lately, I've been noticing that a priority package is actually cheaper than a priority flat rate envelope. That's weird, man. The prices is going up, just making things definitely more expensive. Do we expect to see a bump in sales during tax season, which should be now? Yeah, you should probably see a little bit, especially when the payouts start coming. I was so lucky to have some massive high dollar sales last 2 weeks. Yeah, I've been really blessed the last week and a half, 2 weeks. How bad did summer slowdown hit you last year? I mean, it was about as bad as you could expect it to be. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say that. It was fair. It wasn't like extremely rough, but I wish it would have been better. But compared to the last summer slowdown, it wasn't even a slowdown. Last summer slowdown, the last year was really bad, but I had only been reselling for a year or for I think at that point 6 months, so it was pretty bad. But this year compared to last year, I was up. So uh, in comparison, it was great, but it wasn't where I wanted to be. It wasn't where I was a couple of months before then. So my sales had slowed down, but in the grand scheme of things, like I was still selling a lot of items compared to the previous year. Uh, Me, nah, no, nowhere near. Was talking about the guy who was selling half of what he lists daily. Oh yeah, yeah, it's pretty good. Selling over half of what he lists daily. Thanks a lot. Appreciate all the help. Great explanation and fantastic knowledge. Glad to be able to provide it. Cheaper if it ships close. Yeah, definitely. I accept 95% of offers. I'm not in the storage business, as Chris would say. Yep, that's the truth. Especially if you're going to make your recommended amount of profit, or like your minimum amount of profit that you're looking to make. Hey, Shay, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Hope all is well. So for like me, my break even price is like $3 and some change. Like that's what I need to sell an item for to break even and not lose any money on it. So anything above that, technically I can accept and be profitable, but it's obviously not the business model I'm in. The guy that owns Kinko's or used to own Kinko's, he made like $1 billion selling $1 copies. So I mean, like it's possible to make money like with $1 sales, especially when your cost of goods is like pretty low. But that's definitely a grind. So I'm trying to make obviously as much money as I possibly can. But when someone's offering me, say I got an item listed for 25 bucks and somebody comes in offering me $15 for it, I'm probably going to take that. Depending on how long the item's been listed. If it's just got listed that same day, I'm going to want to wait, but I'll probably end up taking that sell. Especially if it's like a day like today where I'm like under halfway to where I usually, try to be at, then I'll accept that offer just to meet my monetary goal. I have never got a ding on my account for shipping first class versus priority. Have It's not a ding. It's like being ghosted, right? So like you'll get a shadow ban on Instagram for like trying to gain followers. Like you don't get a notification like, hey, you're being shadow banned. But like if you're if you're selling items with a priority shipping, but you're shipping them first class, you're definitely getting stroked. You just don't know it. Uh, I guess I do have 2 day handling time, so maybe that's why. It's got nothing to do with your handling time. It's got something to do with the agreement between you and the buyer. They've agreed to a priority shipping time, but you're shipping it first class. If it arrives on time, you're probably okay. But if it's arriving after the 2 day window, 3 day window time that the buyer is paying for, you're getting stroked and you don't even know it. And they're just rocking you to sleep, unfortunately. And I mean, you don't have to believe me or not, but that's just how it is. Um, Sorry to tell you. So just be mindful of what you're charging the buyer, like what you're shipping an item out at, and if you're gonna if you're gonna ship an item at a different um, service than what you've sold it at, try using standard shipping. Right? You can use standard shipping, which has no time frame. It's, I think it's like 5 to 7 days is the time of estimated time of arrival on standard shipping, and then you can charge whatever rate you want to charge. If you want to charge a rate that's going to be fair enough to cover first class shipping, or fair enough to cover priority shipping, and then you can choose the method at the time of purchasing a label that will cover whatever cost you use, and then that way you haven't agreed to an expedited shipping service. It's just standard shipping. It just says that you will ship the item between 5 to 7 days. And then like your handling time that you choose in your back end, that's got nothing to do with the amount of time that it says that it's going to get there in. I can have 1 day handling time, but choose a method that's going to arrive in 5 to 7 days. And it doesn't matter that I agree to next day shipping if it's going to get there in 7 days. If that makes sense. Hopefully the way I'm explaining it makes sense. Um, it's the amount of time that the buyer thinks that their item is going to take to get there is the problem, not how long it's going to take you to originally ship the item. If I buy an item while somebody's on vacation and they've got their store on away time away, and I know that they're not going to get back for a week, and then on top of that, they've got a 5 to 7 day handling time, that means it's going to take me 2 to 3 weeks to get my item. That's probably not going to be someone I'm going to shop with. Be sure to hit the thumbs up. Hey, thanks, Hillary. Um, and I learned that by being a member of the Daily Refinement Mentorship, because I was the guy that was charging, priority mail for something, and then finding out that it would be cheaper for me to ship this gigantic box through UPS ground or FedEx ground. After I've already charged somebody $50, and I'm like, oh, I could ship it UPS for $18. You know what I mean? Now, instead of getting their item in 2 or 3 days, it's going to take 12 to get there because I chose a ground method, which is slower than flying in a plane to somebody to California or, Maine or wherever they live at. And now they've gotten their item past the amount of time that they agreed to. Whether I made $40 off shipping or not, now I got to hope that $40 was worth the slower traffic that I'm going to get. I would be more concerned with getting negative feedback if I sent a package via a slower service. Exactly. It's definitely a risk you take. Just like somebody shipping a box, a priority box inside of a bag or something. I got ate up in the comment section, man, by shipping a hat in a priority box, putting it into a bag. Somebody flamed me in the comments like, that's illegal. You're doing the wrong thing. You're the reason why we're getting boxes they're taking priority flat rate boxes away and stuff like that. And you can't make everybody happy. You just got to do the right thing. Let's see. Thanks for the info. Did not know that. Yep, no problem. Hopefully it helps you. And at the end of the day, if you charge shipping for the sales you make, it doesn't matter how they're paying for it. You know what I mean? So you might as well give them what they want. When people pay for a priority, that's definitely what is expected, right? When I buy something, case in point, I just bought 2 shirts online, and I paid for them to come standard shipping because that was the cheapest method. So it took them like 6 days to get here. But if I was going to be buying something off eBay and I paid for them to get here in 2 to 3 days priority, but then they ended up coming in 7 days, I'd probably be super angry because I want my stuff as soon as possible. But I paid for a standard shipping rate, so I expected it to get here in 6 to 7 days. Oh crap, where'd my thing go? You guys are gone. All right, there you go. Do you plan to hire help when you get too big, or what, to stay a solo business? So I'm going to stay as long as I can. I'm going to stay a solo, business, just me. But when it gets down to the point to where I'm like legit doing eBay all day long until like 2 o'clock in the morning, that's probably when I'm going to hire somebody, because that's just no way to live life, and I'll be tired all the time, and I'll probably start being a mean person to be around because I'll be tired and not really enjoying life. That's when I'll hire somebody. But for the time being, man, it's just me for as long as I can handle it. Um, and I know, there's other people that don't agree to that, but I'm trying to make as much money as I can to be able to save some money so I can put into other business ventures. So if I'm hiring other people out, that means I got to do twice the work to buy inventory, to have enough inventory for a person to have work to do. Then I'm going to have to hire somebody to do the shipping because with twice the items going up, that's double the orders going out, which means that either I'm going to have to do all the shipping and my listing, which is going to take extra hours onto the process. And then I've thought it all out. And so far, that just means a lot more work and a lot more buying and a lot more this and a lot more that. And it's just kind of going to be a nightmare at the point where I'm at. I shipped a vintage lamp today and calculated shipping charged the buyer $121 would only charge me 56. I gave a partial refund because that is some massive overcharge. Yep. That's why I don't do calculated shipping. I was doing the same thing when I was an everything seller. Charge calculated shipping. And yeah, if you're here in Missouri with me, it's going to be a fair price. But if you're on the East Coast or the West Coast, it's going to be, like you said, $100 when it's really only going to cost me, a fourth of that. So I just start charging flat rate shipping. And then I just stopped selling items that were going to be something that wouldn't fit into my two price ranges. Now I've been charging $650 for first class because the prices went up on everything. I charge $650 for all first class items, and I charge $895 for all priority items, and that's just my two shipping rates. So I don't sell anything that's going to go above that. And if I do, it's probably like a jacket or something that probably isn't going to cost me that much more. Maximum, I think it's costing me like $12 to ship a jacket, and that just depends on where it goes. But in that instance, I'll eat the difference on the shipping, like $9 to $12. That's not that much of a difference. I can afford to take the hit on that because it's generally going to be something where I'm selling it for a decent enough amount of profit to where I can eat a couple of dollars on shipping to give the buyer a good price. I've done the same. Sometimes the shipping charge is way off, so I refund excessive charges. Yeah, I was doing that too. I was giving back people like decent amount of money. Just scored a nice pair of men's True Religion jeans 15 minutes before closing. Hey, let's go. I just sold a pair of True Religion jeans that were cut into shorts. Shipped them out. Well, they'll actually go out tomorrow. But yeah, True Religion is definitely a bolo. You got to be careful with it though, because sometimes it can be fake. I know in St. Louis they have bootleg stuff everywhere. Like that's one of the risky things about buying stuff from the bins, because there's an extreme fake market, like counterfeit everything, even Air Forces, fake Air Forces, and things like that. They sell them at the Arab stores. You get fake Jordans, fake anything, fake Nike, fake whatever you want, and you just never know sometimes when you're buying something that's plentiful in the counterfeit market, because like it could be pair of True Religions, which is kind of rare to find, but then when you do find them, you don't know if they're real or not. Uh, I picked up some Fat Farm, Fat Farm like 2 3 weeks ago, I think. And then when I got it home, I got to looking at it a lot better, and I was like, man, this don't look right. So I didn't list it, but I posted it in the Reseller Nirvana group, and Tech and Sports was like, yeah, that's definitely fake, bro. So you just got to be kind of mindful. Sometimes you look at the stitching, you look at the labels, you do a Google search. That's how I've been helping Laura. She pops up in the chat from time to time. I've been helping her authenticate things from time to time. She'll send me photos of stuff, and I'm like, yeah, it's definitely fake. She bought a bunch of fake stuff from a guy that her boyfriend, I guess, knew was like her boyfriend's neighbor or something. A bunch of fake stuff. I was like, yeah, you just probably want to stay away from high end stuff. Well, since nobody's got any questions, I guess we're gonna go ahead and call it here. Definitely appreciate all you guys' support. Glad to be able to help in any way that I can. Appreciate all the super chats too, guys. You guys rock. Uh, if you guys are catching this on the replay, put any questions you have in the comment section and I will answer them. Or you could join the Discord. There's a link in the description, and it's free, and you can ask all the questions you want there. Either way it goes, works for me. That's going to do it for this one. Catch you guys on the next one. But until then, let's make this cash, guys.